to see the purses and see the Derby points put to this race, it's a big deal. I live 5 minutes away. It's always been great to be able to just run over here and watch some races and bet and meet friends and whatnot. And they used to have concerts here. Now we're going to have this great showplace facility here in northern Kentucky with the historical horse racing machines. I imagine hopefully in a couple of years the purses are going to rival those at Oaklawn, which will be great for the circuit, obviously. Every place will have purses that are worth staying here year round, and it's a big deal. And we talked about that on the House floor, and Schickel and Senator Thayer did that on the Senate floor. It's just exciting to have Kentucky back at the top where it should be.
You referenced this being a Derby points race. It's 100 points. It's the same as the UAE Derby today, as the Florida Derby today. Would you have ever thought? I guess it makes a difference who owns the track.
It does make a difference who owns the track, and for those that were here on last week when we had the grand opening, Bill Karstanjian made reference to me kind of cornering him on the backside when I didn't know who the heck he was. I just knew he worked for Churchill, and I started wearing him out about the lack of points for the spiral, we'll call it, depending on which year it was run in. And I wore him out, and I came up with a spreadsheet, and I compared it to New York, which obviously has a great program, but they haven't had a horse hit the board in the Derby since 2003. Yet we'd had Hard Spun and Animal Kingdom in the previous decade. So and he said I was right. Now I'm sure it has a lot to do with the fact that they own the track, but that's okay. It's $250 this year, but my guess is it will start creeping back up and will be a very expensive race in the future. And there's going to be probably 2 qualifiers, maybe 3, from this race that'll be eligible for the Derby. So it's pretty exciting, and I will stack our group up against those from New York anytime.
You just happen to have a spreadsheet on you, or was it something that was in your
no,
phone?
Oh no, I put it in. I printed it out. I gave it to their lobbyist. I'm like, I want to show this to the Churchill Downs folks, and I went down there. They sat with me during a running day. I made my pitch, and I wore them out.
So in addition to helping to save HHR, you also got Turfway Park 100 Derby points. I
don't think I got them 100 Derby points.
The magic man.
I think the ownership had something to do with it, but certainly, like I said, just this one race has had better results in the last 15, 16 years than the 3 prep races that get points in New York. So, not knocking on New York. I'm just saying that this race deserved more. We had a track in northern Kentucky, for 120, 130 years, and it's part of Kentucky's heritage. It's part of our heritage. There's a lot of history that is kind of hidden, and we're going to try to uncover it. I've talked to some folks and mentioned it at the groundbreaking about trying to uncover the history of not only Latonia, but like Eddie Arcaro, and the fact that the 1950 Oaks winner was bred, raised in Edgewood, Kentucky, in Kenton County, and that owner, trainer, breeder just happened to be my great uncle. So there's a lot of those stories I think out there that I think will tie in well with this area. And now that we're going to have the historical horse racing machines and probably really higher quality racing, it's going to be more of a tourist attraction, and it's going to be something where people want to live in an area where they have those sort of options. And now that we've gone through this pandemic and more people can work from home, you don't have to live in New York City or San Francisco. You can live in someplace great like northern Kentucky with a lot of amenities and a much lower cost of living. And this is one of those amenities hopefully we'll be able to market.